the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Ms. Salcha?
Here.
Mr. Lindemann?
Here.
Mr. Ramos?
Here.
Mr. Breen?
Here. Item number 1D, board meeting minutes not previously approved, January 14, 2025 of the regular board meeting. Mr. Lindemann.
Move to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Smith. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item 1E, information only, summary of current events. Ms. Samaniego.
We have currently about 260-some students or so attending summer school at high school. And then we also have a lot of our students attending summer school right now. Middle school is at Huber, and the elementary is being held at Joe Carlson. And Stevenson, yes, we have 21st Century Summer School, so that's been ongoing. Many of our staff are attending Leading Change, which is a big conference for teachers and administrators, so Mrs. Cox is overseeing that group over there right now, and she is on the phone. So at the moment, that's all I have.
Thank you for that. Governing board member reports. Mr. Smith?
I don't have anything.
Ms. Salcha?
No, I have that.
Mr. Lindemann?
I just wanted to say thank you again and congratulate the administration at the high school and district for a wonderful graduation ceremony. I thought that went out really smoothly, and it was nice. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ramos?
I want to thank the staff. They have wonderful chairs there, especially for me.
Yes, we all enjoyed
And
them.
the ceremony was really great.
Item 2, under reports, SkillsUSA, Mrs. Andrea Barayardos. Just a technicality. I know this is a report, but didn't we talk at one time about making these things an agenda item so that there was any discussion by the board or questions that it could be done?
We did.
Okay.
We did, so for, yes.
Yeah, in the past, and I think the immediate recollection is when we had, at the end of the year, we had all those student athletes here, and we wanted to discuss things,
Okay.
and we couldn't because it was under a report. Okay,
Okay.
just for the next time. There may
future.
not be anything, but, so, anyway, Andrea, you're up.
Good evening, Board President, board members, and San Diego. Thank you for allowing us to come and give our end of the year presentation to you all about SkillsUSA. I don't know how to use this, so gotta figure it out. I can't see it. Thank you. This one. Okay. Sorry, my arms aren't long enough as we get older. So first, we wanted to talk about everything that we've accomplished this year for SkillsUSA. So we're going to start with our program of work. And that starts with our membership. So SkillsUSA is the largest CTSO on Douglas High School's campus now, with 143 total members. We have 8 chapters. There's 16 students in drafting, 13 automotive, 16 construction, 13 computer maintenance, 31 engineering, 10 firefighting, 15 law enforcement, and 29 film and TV students. This year's motto is that the students have selected is Lift While We Climb, and we're going to have Angelique talk about that.
Hello. Our motto is Lift While We Climb. We chose this motto because as we go to to accomplish something, we want to lift as we climb to not only make it there by ourselves, but actually bring others with us and encourage them to follow what we want to follow too, and make sure we all accomplish what we need to do. And that's our motto.
So a lot of the things that we do with SkillsUSA is community service. We do a lot, such as a community trunk or treat, which is a very big event for us. The drive-in movie, the Veterans Day Parade cleanup, the Black History celebration, dog rescue drive, toy drive, And then we wrote a book and read it to little kids, which was called Dream Big, Bark Loud. And then we also did the car show. So basically with Skills USA, we had a lot of community service, which had a lot of diversity in it, which taught our students a lot.
We also had events for our leadership. So we talked to the city of Douglas, and we had a meeting with them about events we could do in the community for Skills USA. We also attended Fall Leadership Conference, Camp Champion. We also went to the U of A for their mining engineering. We went to our regional conference. We also went to Northrop Grumman in Sierra Vista for a tour. We went to our state conference, and one of the Douglas High School alumni, Davis Ray, came to talk to us about his engineering, and now he works at SRP.
So I'm also the Region 6 coordinator for Skills USA Arizona, and I was happy to have 4 regional officers from Douglas High School out of the 7 that were elected in our region. Our region is all the way from Tucson, all the way down to Douglas, over to Nogales, and all the way to Duncan, if anybody knows where that is, but in Duncan. Our president was Elijah Barayardos from engineering. Our vice president was Santiago Salinas from drafting. Our treasurer was Sebastian Salas from drafting, and our historian was Vanessa Pinueles from film and TV. Okay, I guess I'm talking about this one. Okay, we went to regional, so I actually coordinate these events in Tucson. They were at Tucson High School, and we brought 51 competitors. We had 12 video production students competing, 8 technical drafting, 6 robotics and automation technology students, 1 photography, 2 mobile robotics, 6 job skill demonstration, 1 job interview, 2 extemporaneous speaking, 5 criminal justice, 5 automotive, and 3 architectural drafting students. Of all of those, we had 6 medals in robotics and automation technology. We got gold, silver, and bronze. We had 4 in video production, 2 silver and 2 bronze, 1 silver in job skill demonstration. And I know we had some in drafting, but the advisor didn't answer me before, so I'm pretty sure we had some in drafting too. And the cool part about regionals is that we also had 5 of our Douglas High School alumni. They were judges at our regional contest in Tucson. Some of them have already graduated from University of Arizona, and some of them are still attending University of Arizona. So that's always cool when we see the students come back and give back to our students here at Douglas High School still.
For state championships, we had 67 competitors, 21 medalists, 3 gold chapters for engineering, drafting, and film, 1 silver chapter for computer maintenance, 1 state officer elected, which was Cesar Romero, 5 alumni judges for state RMT contest.
So the mobile robotics contest, also for the state, we had 5 alumni that have graduated also from Douglas High School that actually judged the mobile robotics state competition in Phoenix, and they are all engineers right now. One works at Northrop Grumman up in Phoenix. One works at SRP, one works at Intel, one works at Amazon, and the other one works for Isola. So. These are our medalists from the state contest. We had 21 medalists. So to put that in perspective, all of the Yuma School District, which has like 6 high schools, had 70, and our 1 high school got 21. So I think that's pretty amazing. The great thing is that everybody knows Douglas High School in Skills USA because they hear our name so much. So it's always something that we're very proud of. So we had our gold medal in robotics and automation technology with a pair of Elijah and Alejandro, a gold and outstanding chapter with Alina, Nicole, and Zarib, a gold in information technology with Isaac, a gold in digital cinema for Fernanda and Elena, and then we had silver medals for chapter display, that's Samantha, Anna, and Sebastian, a silver medal for entrepreneurship with Andre, Antonio, Sebastian, and Santiago, and then a bronze in robotics and automation technology with Angelique and Sergio, a bronze in Facilathon with Andre, and a bronze in Career Pathway Showcase with Francisco Ayari and Andres. And then we participated this year in National Signing Day. And we always make a big deal about our athletes doing signings for their future athletics in their colleges. SkillsUSA has something called National Signing Day, where students actually sign commitment letters for their respective CTE fields. So this year we had 8 students. We had Elijah, who signed his commitment letter for Arizona State University for electrical engineering, Alina for Arizona State University in biomedical engineering, Sergio at Arizona State University for mechanical engineering, Adiel for cybersecurity at Pima Community College, Santiago at University of Arizona in architecture, Yarilet, University of Arizona in film, Noemi Villa at GCU for film and musical theater, and Vanessa Pinuelos also at U of A for film.
So on June 22nd, we'll be leaving to Atlanta, Georgia, which will be 8 of us. Elijah, Alejandro, myself, Sarib, Alina, Isaac, Elena, and Fernanda. Those are the 8 of us that are going to attend. And it's a true honor to be able to go. We are very excited. Hopefully we get to place. And yeah.
She's being a little modest. Last year she won a national bronze medal in her event, and this year they're hoping to bring a gold medal back to Douglas. So.
So the SkillsUSA framework has really guided my high school journey. It helped me personally and professionally grow, and it gave me very important skills that are very valuable in any professional setting. I've developed strong communication and interpersonal skills, enabling me to effectively collaborate with many different people and have a lot of teamwork. SkillsUSA has also given me a strong work ethic and a sense of responsibility, and I've also learned the importance of time management, attention to detail, and a commitment to excellence. These qualities have not only enhanced my academic performance, but have also prepared me for future challenges in my future workplace. Through SkillsUSA, I've discovered a passion for leadership and a desire to make a positive impact on my community. I am grateful for the opportunities to grow and develop as an individual, and I'm excited to carry out the lessons that I've learned from SkillsUSA into my future career. Thank you.
SkillsUSA has helped me achieve most of my dreams I wanted to do. When joining it, I didn't know really what I wanted to do, but then when I got the confidence from my teacher, she let me explore what I wanted to do in designing and explore my ideas, which allowed me to get more confidence and do explore what I could possibly do in different forums and different scenarios and training and competitions, which helped explore different scenarios and possibilities to do in my future of my work, and pushes me to figure out what I want to do in the future. And I hope to continue doing it more next year in my senior year.
So now a little bit about my story. I started my sophomore year. I was in physics class, and Ms. Barayardos was like, come on, you have to join, it's a fun club. I'm like, but I don't want to do engineering. And my best friend was like, but I'm going to be the only girl. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll join. And at first I was like, it's like another club. But SkillsUSA isn't just a club. It became a community and a family to me. Not just the engineering club, but the rest of the 8 chapters. I met a lot of friends, and I met not just here in Douglas, but I made a lot of connections throughout Arizona and also nationally, which is very beneficial. It taught me that there's so much more to what I think there is, and I'm capable of more than what I believed I I was able to, and having Ms. Barayardos as my advisor really pushed me to understand that there's so much more, and that even though I think I have limits, that there's really no limits. You just have to really push through it. And there's lessons everywhere. And well, back to the motto that I really, really like, which is lift while we climb. At the Black History Month thing, we met this lady from North Carolina, I think? Yeah. From North Carolina, and like she was blind and everything, and like she met all of us, and like she told us, you guys all have so much potential, even though it's not in the same field. But you have to remember, like, you're gonna leave Douglas, but always look back and help those that are where you used to be, because that's how you grow as a community. And it just basically shows that SkillsUSA just teaches more than just CTE. And yeah, thank you.
And that concludes our presentation. As always, we thank you for all the support that you give us. We couldn't do that without the support of our administrators and the school board. Thank you.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that it's a very unusual, tight-knit group here tonight. We've got Andrea's son, Alma's daughter, and the board's ex officio daughter. It's really good to have you here always, Andrea.
And my gem.
And as always, you guys excel so much. Mr. Smith, comment only. No questions, no interaction, just any comments you want to make.
These students have performed exceptionally throughout the year, obviously using the skills that they've obtained through USA Skills. Congratulations. These are all stuff that you can take into the future with you that will help you out through the rest of your lives. So that's my comment.
Thank you. Mrs. Helton?
Okay, I'll say a lot, but I'm really proud of you, and I'm so proud of this program. It's so exciting to see former students who are there. I counted 7 in your competition group, and I thought, oh, yay, yay. But looking at the whole group, I mean, there's something for everyone, and I think that's so important. I was really pleased to see that you did a signing day, and because sometimes we focus on things other than the academics, and this is academic, definitely, and all of these students who are going on to become engineers, and if they don't become an engineer, it will direct them into the path that they're supposed to follow, and they will make a difference. And I really like what you said, Nicole, about what you learned from the motivational speaker telling you, go back, look back at your community, lift others up, because that is what we're here for. It's not just to, make your time and graduate from Douglas High School and then move on. No matter what, you have a contact in Douglas, and that high school played a big part of it. So congratulations, I'm so proud of all of you. And Angelique, I can't wait to see this year what you're gonna do, which will be great, I know.
Thanks, Jen.
I just want to say congratulations on what you've accomplished, and continue to reach for the stars.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes, your dedication and your effort that you're gonna put it into all the hard work you have to do brings a lot of pride, not only to me, but the entire district. And I'm really, really proud to be part of this board, to be able to support you. And we'll continue supporting all other students too, supporting you.
Thank you, members of the board. Andrea, again, thank you. Thank all 3 of you for being here. I don't know, you think it was a bummer having to come to do this during the summer, but it's great to see you as always.
Thank you. So congratulations.
Alma. I'm honored to
you.
visit.
Bye-bye, good luck.
Under
Company
reports, Mr. Soto. I'm sorry, did you have a question?
Hold on, just wanted to get technical problem. That's okay. I don't need it. There it is. Somebody turned it off. It was you.
Mr. Soto,
Mr. President and board members. You have the report for the month of May in terms of balances. And of course, you're going to notice decrease from the previous month because now we're in the process of paying everything and reducing the encumbrance and getting the expenditure amount higher. We still have healthy balances. Like I said previously, we're in a way of finishing up the year on a healthy way. I cannot give you an estimation on the carryover as of right now, but as you can see, for this month, we have $365,000. In terms of the auxiliary and student activities, also you see lower amounts than the previous month because again, there's a lot of activity at the end of the school year for every level, high school and elementary schools, to spend those monies. Any questions?
Well, first of all, do you have any prognosis on anything for next year, any percentages or any information yet from the state regarding?
No, what was given to us, it's what we're working with. Same as this past year, or this current year, I should say. We're gonna start the year with old forms, because of course the state hasn't approved a budget yet. So therefore, there's no forms for us new forms to fill. So what that means is that we're gonna have to use this current year's forms if there's no budget approval from the state and submit it. And once we propose, we have to adopt the same way. What is being advised from the state is once everything is approved at the state level, new forms will be issued, and then we're gonna have to do an amendment to the budget depending on when that happens. So again, we're hopeful that the state is gonna approve the budget soon. That way we can actually start and do and fill the forms that we need to fill instead of, coming again and do an amendment at the beginning of the school year.
If everything stayed static for next year, notwithstanding what they're gonna send, do you feel good? You feel good about
Yes.
next year's budget?
Yes, sir.
All right, members of the board, Mr. Smith, any questions regarding the budget?
No.
Ms.
No.
Salchow? Mr. Lino?
No.
Mr. Ramos?
No, you answered the question. We're still in good shape right now.
As we talked before, correct?
And there's nothing you want to point out that we should be aware of or anything pending that?
No, not at this point. Again, we're in process of finish up the year, and once we close everything and make all of the expenditures and salaries and everything, we'll have a better picture of the carryover for next year.
Very good. All right, members of the board, anything else? Any afterthoughts on that? Item C, Human Resources, who's going to do that?
Denise.
Oh, that's right, she's on the phone.
Ms. Denise?
Good afternoon, Mr. Brain, board members, and someone here with Mr. Soto. So currently, our enrollment is at 3,554. Our ADM is at 3,380. I just wanted to point out that last year we ended with 3,478, so it's approximately 100 students difference. We had 11 withdrawals in the month of May and only 1 new registration, so we're hoping to get more this summer. In terms of HR, we are still needing about 7 teaching positions, which we are currently recruiting for. And so that's all I have right now. Do you have any questions for me?
Members of the board, Mr. Smith, anything
No, sir.
regarding the HR report? Thank you, Denise. You'll be on the line in case something else comes up later. All right, we'll move on to, did you have anything, Anna, that you wanted to add regarding the budget? Excuse me, about human resources or the budget?
No, not at this time.
No afterthoughts, all right. Any public comment?
No.
Number 2A, consent agenda. Approval of the following consent agenda items. Number 1, payroll and expense vouchers as listed. Entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the expense vouchers and reports.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha,
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann,
Yes.
Mr. Ramos,
Yes.
Mr. Berry.
Yes. Item 3, discussion action on the approval of certified hires for fiscal year 2025-26. Ms. Samaniego.
Mr. Brain, if I may, before we go on to action item number 3, I have a change on the agenda. I am removing item J from the agenda. And there is a slight correction on the last page of the agenda, open session, submitted by Ms. Becky Meraz. It says Paul Huber Middle School, but it's actually Joe Carlson, and I want to make sure that is on the record, okay?
Okay, as
So-
far as removing the item from the agenda, I'll do that unless I have any objection from the board. Okay. So that takes us now to
3.
item B.
3A,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yes,
Yeah.
okay?
Go ahead, Ms. Samaniego.
Yes. So we have, as approved, there are many of our emergency substitute teachers that are renewing their certificate for next year, and approval of an art teacher and Ms. Lucinda Rose for the EL coaching position. And, I'm sorry, and then 2 additional teachers on second page, so.
I
as
move to
presented.
approve the certified hires.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Smith. Members of the board, any questions regarding any of that? We're at a time now, we're going to be doing a lot of personnel and a lot of cleaning up for next year. Ms. Salchow.
Okay, with the emergency substitute teachers, are these the teachers that would be the pool or the bank that we
Yes.
would use for long-term subs if necessary?
Yes, so that anybody that is within the approval list that makes it onto by August, they're the ones that we usually call either for a day or a long-term sub position.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Elcha,
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann,
Yes.
Mr. Ramos,
Yes.
Mr. Berry.
Yes. Item B, discussion action on the approval of classified hires for fiscal year 2025-26. Ms. Samaniego.
As presented, you have the background information. Adriana Durazo is a current employee in food service and will be taking on the vacancy that was left recently for lead cook.
Ms. Salchow, would you make that motion?
I move we accept I move that we approve the classified hire for the fiscal year 2025-26.
Second?
Second.
Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith,
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. Elcha,
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann,
Yes.
Mr. Ramos,
Yes.
Mr. Berry.
Yes. Item C, discussion action on the approval of classified summer school hires and the funding sources, Title I. Ms. Samaniego.
Mr. Berry, if I may just allow me to introduce our new hire under certified, since she is here, and that is Ms. Lucinda Rose. She comes with many years of experience, and it is time that she moves into a role of supporting teachers. Ms. Lucinda Rose, please come up. And she's been, I call her the teacher of 7 years, and so she can tell you why that is.
Hear me? Good evening, President Bahrain, board members, Superintendent Samaniego, Mr. Soto, and Ms. Valenzuela, since Ms. Valenzuela runs the show over here, right? So apparently, I have like this 7-year itch when it comes to work. And I have done, I worked at the Early Learning Center preschool for about 6 years, and then I did kindergarten for 7 years, 5th grade for 7 years, I did 8th grade for 7 years, and then I did 6th grade for 1 year. And then with Ms. Samaniego's support, she told me it's time to grow up and go with the big girls. So that's what I'm gonna try now, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that.
Let's get a motion on the floor.
Well, it's already.
It's already been,
we
yeah.
were-
Oh, is it? I'm
we went-
sorry.
We were
You
just,
ju-
we
you
were
just
just
wanted to-
introducing her, yes.
Let me say this, that I really think that this is a good move for you, especially for the staff. You're gonna bring so much experience and knowledge that I think everybody that you deal with in the future is gonna benefit by it. And I just wanted to say that because you are an exceptional teacher. So glad to see you in that position.
Yes.
Members of the
Thank you, I
board?
appreciate that.
Just remember that as a coach, you coach that teacher who it affects every one of their students year after year, and that's huge.
Okay,
Congratulations,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Rose.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we were on C. So we have just a couple classified summer school hires, and these are Title I, as presented for Stevenson and Paul Huber Middle School.
Okay, that's Figueroa, I'm sorry. do you have
Yes,
anything else?
No.
Okay, get a motion for discussion.
I move to approve the classified summer school hires.
Second,
Second.
by Ms. Salchow. Discussion, members of the board, questions? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item D, discussion action on the approval of classified resignations and retirement. Ms. Samaniego.
We have two resignations and one change in retirement date from Mr. Juan Montaño, and you have the information in your background.
Again, that's classified. Entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve.
Second,
Second.
by Ms. Salchow. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item E, discussion information only for certified classical internal transfer for fiscal year 2025-26. Ms. Samaniego.
Again, this is just for information purposes. It's staff moving from location, and we do this so that our IT department and HR department knows where people are going, so as presented.
You have any questions, member of the board? Comments?
No, sir.
It's
I need a
information.
motion. No, that's information only.
That's information.
Item F, discussion action on the approval of ESI hire for school year 2025-2026. Ms. Samaniego.
Yes, so Belinda Smith is a teacher that just recently retired from Paul Huber Middle School, so she is returning under ESI to teach at Paul Huber Middle School.
Can I get a motion?
I move to approve the ESI hire.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item G, discussion action on the approval of fiscal year 2025-26 employment contracts to include benefits for administrative staff. This is actually wrapping up, this is taking care of everybody now, right, Ms.
Yes.
Samaniego? And members of the board, the information is provided, and I get a motion on the floor to approve for discussion.
I move to approve the fiscal year employment contracts.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Salcha?
Ms. Salchow.
Salchow.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item H, discussion action on the approval of revised fiscal year 2025-26 employment contract for athletic director, assistant principal, Ms. Samaniego.
Yeah, as presented, so you have all the background information. Mrs. Cox did a desk audit of the position, and in review of the desk audit with the information provided, we are making a recommendation to the salary for this position. And it will be placed at a different level in the salary schedule, and we will present that in the next meeting.
For discussion, let's get it on the floor.
I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Members of the board, obviously, the program, the athletic program over the years has grown exponentially. The volume, with all of the standards and all the prerequisites of that program and the money and everything that's involved there, it's good to see that the administration is staying on top of that and trying to adjust those positions, anyone that's associated with it, as needed. And athletics is the biggest department in the district, actually. When you think about it, it serves more kids. So we have a motion on the floor. Any
Yes, sir.
discussion, members of the board, regarding that?
I
Mr.
have a quick comment. Yeah, I wonder if it wouldn't be appropriate for us to, at some point, discuss expanding the opportunities for the athletic into maybe more elementary, certainly middle school, just to expand that. And I've been hearing from some community members that they would like to at least talk about it and maybe have a partnership or something going on. So, just an idea.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lindeman. We do have, as you know, the middle school sports, and that M&O has been providing the funding for that. At one point, the athletic director many years ago was a position that was mainly, it was a separate position. It was not an assistant principal position because athletics is such a big beast. And so at one point, the athletic director did assist with middle school sports, so it is something that we've discussed and probably very much needed because the middle school's athletics has become very, very complex. And maybe in the future, engaging elementary. So thank you for acknowledging that.
Sure, thank you.
Any further discussion?
I have a question is, approximately how, with this individual, how much time is spent as an assistant principal compared to the time that's spent as the athletic chair, director?
I mean, I don't have a percentage, but in speaking with Mrs. Trinta and understanding that she is also an athletics, an assistant principal, she is responsible for, I'll just give you in terms of evaluations, she's responsible for a set of teachers, and I believe it's around, let's say, 70 or 45, let's say,
Right.
plus additional staff members. And so when evaluation time comes, it's not only, the athletics department, but it is also curriculum and instruction, which she oversees and evaluates,
Right.
Her set of teachers, and assist with evaluations for support staff. When in dealing with student issues, if the dean of students or if one of the other administrators, so Mrs. Rodriguez or Mr. Young, is not available, then Mrs. Trinta steps in as the administrator. So in terms of percentage, I can't give you a percentage, but it is, obviously most of her time is spent in athletics, but she does spend a good quality and dividing her focus into assistant principal roles.
I was thinking that and just wondering how you stretch yourself that far.
Yeah, and I know we have talked, Mr. Soto and Mrs. Cox and myself, that I myself have felt that position for the last few years is really something that maybe we need to look further into and just making it an athletic director position. And I know other districts have within, Cochise County or even in the Rio Rico area. So that could be a further review.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith?
No, nothing further.
Mr. Lindeman, do you have, Mr. Ramos? I think, and if I just might add to that, I think that's one of the reasons you pull that other position off the agenda for, to further review of
Yes.
that as well, right? Because
Yes.
of the discussion that you're having right now. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindeman?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes,
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item I, discussion action on the approval of increase in salary due to the Fair Labor Standards Act so that we can meet the threshold for the classified supervisor. Mr. Ballesteros, no, you're gonna do that,
Yeah,
right?
uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Yes, so you have the background information, and we have been keeping a very close eye on the Federal Labor Standards Act. And for this supervisor, we are proposing the salary increase so that it meets the salary schedule that we have for the supervisor. And this does not apply to everybody, because if you remember, Federal Labor Act really looks at potential cost for overtime. And so we want to avoid and exempt employees that hold that status. Districts or organizations are having to either look at the position and remove them from being exempt status because that person is not really ever working overtime but has a higher salary. And so you can remove them from exempt status and have them just clock in and clock out. And the title doesn't change, their salary doesn't change. So our recommendation is based on the law.
Can I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Smith. Members of the board, discussion? She said, and definitely not to correct her, but she said the proposed salary, it's mandated. That 56,000 is the threshold salary by law that we have to to abide by. So, do you have any further discussion regarding that? And the reason I say that, I don't want anybody to think that that was just pulled out of the clear blue sky and added a percentage. That's by law. We have to go to 56,000, whatever that is. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item K, discussion action on the approval of a continuing investment resolution with the Cochise County Treasurer's Office. Are you going to do that, or Mr. Soto?
Mr. Soto.
Go ahead, Mr. Soto.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, Mr. President. This is a resolution that we do every year, and it's basically authorizing the county to manage our monies. As you know, when we have monies coming in from the state, they go through the county and then down to us. So this is basically giving them authority to manage our monies. It's a yearly thing.
Get a motion on the floor,
I
please.
move to approve.
Mr. Lindeman, second
Second.
by Ms. Salchow. Members of the board, questions? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes, item L, discussion action on the submission of proposed issue for consideration of Arizona School Boards Association proposed 2026 political agenda. We'll just, let's get a motion on the floor to approve whatever we'll come up with, and then we'll add that as we go along. Mr. Lindemann?
Yeah, I move to approve the ASBA political agenda for 26.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, is there any, there's no specificity on that. The ASBA didn't send any recommendations or anything
No.
down. And so the reason, this is an annual thing, Ms. Alchow, you're still the representative, and we appreciate you doing that. And there's nothing really, board members, that would you like to add anything other than that we approve the proposal for whatever their agenda is? In other words, we're just agreeing with whatever they propose unless we have something independently here that you want to bring before that legislative council.
I don't have.
Do you, Ms. Alchow?
No, I don't. I was just going to say, with the list that they provide, these are all things that are discussed at great length with the whole group, all the representatives from the school districts in the state of Arizona. And they have to be approved, by a majority vote. So it's not like they just had a committee that came up with these things. These, like I said, you can bring an idea to the floor, and it can be, opened and discussed and voted on to add or subtract. And there's a lot of work that's gone into it to come up with the political agenda that will represent us.
To be honest with you, I'm a skeptic anyway. I don't put much credence in this stuff anyway. But let me tell you, I think it'd be interesting if we found out over the years what their political agenda was and how many of those different issues actually became a bill and actually got through committee and made it to committee as a whole and then got approved. Because
Now, there is a lot of repeat,
Yeah.
Mr. Brain. Like, one of the examples is they would like to see funded full-day kindergarten and use use those students, or they get, ADM money basically with it, and it's never gone through, but they don't give up. And
Well, again, the thing that would be interesting to see is how many of their recommendations even
Right.
get a hearing in whatever the committee happens to be. And then much less get out of committee, and then finally enacted, and if it gets to the governor's office, she doesn't ring that bell. I don't know. Anyway, we have to do it. We got a motion on the floor to approve the agenda. So, roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
yes,
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Breen?
Yes. Item M, discussion action on the approval for renewal of sole source providers for fiscal year 2025-26. Mr. Soto.
Thank you, Mr. President. In front of you, you have the list of the companies that the business office has identified as, sole source providers for services, software programs, and materials. So we go through it every year, and I can see most of them are the same. I know there was an addition of two for technology, for services and software for the high school. So I don't know if you have any questions.
Let's get a motion on the floor, first of all, to approve.
I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Members of the board, did you get the background on which specifically were the sole sources?
Yeah.
And then if you don't put out for a sole source, and this is for the record, and there's difficulty in getting a provider or a vendor for a certain activity or product, then you, as the CFO, because you're appointed by the board, this is just for information and for the record, that you can determine whatever the circumstances happen to be, especially if it's an emergency.
Correct.
That you can determine, and you do that based on your staff and information you gather and so on.
Correct.
I just wanted to say that because I know in the past, there's been a couple of instances where you've had to exercise that.
Correct.
And so it was something that nobody could get the service for, so he had the exercise. I just want to make that clear. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Bereen?
Yes. Item N, discussion action on the approval for renewal of multi-year contract for fiscal year 2025-26. Ms. Samaniego, you want to do that, Mr. Soto?
Yeah, I'll do that also. And again, we only have one company, and as you remember, is for the fuel for vehicles and buses that we awarded Bordermart. We did an RFP. This is going to be the third year of 5. So every year we have to come and affirm them as the sole provider of fuel for the district. So we're entering the third year, and the contract ends June 30th of 2028. But this is for this coming year, 25-26.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Members of the board, questions, discussion, comments regarding that? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Bereen?
Yes. Item O, discussion action on the approval of direct service agreement between Douglas Unified School District 27 and Vale Unified School District for the ACEDS outreach program. Ms. Samaniego.
Our new student center staff is where our SACE information system and Power School and everything that gets reported to the state. So we've had a partnership with Vale. They serve as our mentors, and so this is a regular contract and agreement that we put forth.
Get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Bereen?
Yes. Item P, discussion action on the approval of professional services agreement between Douglas Unified School District number 27 and Ms. Michelle Wilcox for individualized education program, IEPs, writing services. Ms. Samaniego.
As presented, you have the background information, and I just want to inform the board that this is a way many school districts are having to go higher because of the lack of ESS teachers. And so what we're having to look at is a district IEP writer. And so Mrs. Walker, this lady approached me, and I sent the information to Mrs. Walker. I said, please get in touch, review, give me your feedback and a recommendation if this is something that we need in our district. And because we still have some vacancies in ESS teachers and some recent resignations that we're not going to fill, she felt strongly that this is what we need so that our ESS teachers that we do have focus on the instruction, not so much the IEP writing, which is very time-consuming, having to set up meetings. And so I think this is a win-win situation, and very highly recommended by Mrs. Walker.
Motion to approve.
I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Discussion.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, what's the cost that's going to be for this?
It's there.
It's there, let's see.
90-some thousand.
What did you say,
The
Mr. Soto?
contract's there.
90.
It's on page 1.
Page 1, let me
On
go
the
back
bottom.
to.
Oh, I thought it was there.
99,000.
Yes, 99,000. And it will take care of up to, I believe, 150 IEPs that we have. So this person can write up to 150. She had also proposed something that, for the entire district, but that was more costly. And so we felt that 150 was a good number. And we are increasing our ESS students in the district. We foresee at least a number of 40 more in the pipeline for next year.
Where will this person be based?
This is somebody that is remote, Mr. Lindeman, not somebody that works here in the district, so that's why it's a contract for services. So they're based somewhere else.
Well, my quick concern would be that if that person doesn't actually know of our students, how effective will be that IEP?
So what they do, there is collaboration with the ESS teacher, okay? So when you set up an IEP, you have to meet with the parent, you have to meet with the student, you have to meet with the teachers, so that input is provided, so that information can go on to the IEP. And so while the teacher themselves are not the ones providing the services and instruction, they are the ones that are gonna be working and collaborating with the teachers to get the information for the goals of the student and the language that goes in a IEP document.
Okay,
Of that.
thank you.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindeman?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Berry?
Yes. Item 4, executive session. The governing board may vote to convene into executive session pursuant to ARS 38-431.03, subsection A, number 1, for the following personnel matter. A, consider certified teacher's request to be released from her fiscal year 2025 contract, 25-26 contract in consideration of whether or not to waive liquidated damages. And B, consideration and discussion of the superintendent's performance pay set out pursuant to ARS 15-341, subsection A, number 39. Entertain a motion to go
I
into.
move to enter into executive session.
Is there a second?
Second?
By Mr. Smith. Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Elcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindeman?
Yes.
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Berry?
Yes, and we'll stay here, members of the board. We're back in open session. We're going to adjourn the executive session, and we're back in open session. Item 5A, discussion action on the request of the release of the fiscal year 2025-26 contract submitted by Ms. Rebecca Meraz, ESS teacher at Joe Carlson. Ms. Samaniego, what's your recommendation?
To approve the release of contract with a liquidated damages fee of $500 for breaking their contract from May 1st through June 5th and a rehireable status.
Members of the board?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the request for the release of contract with liquidated damages of $500 and rehireable in the future.
Second?
Second.
By Ms. Salchow. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mrs. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes?
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Berry?
Yes. Item B, discussion action to approve the payment of the superintendent's performance pay, the percentage of the payment as stated on the contract pursuant to ARS 15-341, subsection A, number 39. Members of the board?
Mr. President, I move that we approve a 4% payment for the superintendent's performance pay.
Is there a second?
Second.
And let the record show that the 4% of Ms. Samaniego's total amount of her contract would be in the amount of $6,467.63. Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Salcha?
Yes.
Mr. Lindemann?
Yes?
Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
Mr. Berry?
Yes. Do you have any announcements, Ms. Samaniego?
No, not at this moment. Our next, actually, let me see, next regular agenda is July 1st.
At 4.
And we are gonna have it at 4 PM and, a special board meeting, and a public hearing adoption at 4:30.
On
On the
that day?
11th, yeah,
On
July 11th
On
is a
the
special
11th.
board
Oh,
meeting.
okay.
And
Did-
public hearing adoption on the 11th.
And of course, if you have any other personnel items that you need to take care of before school starts or anything, especially on the budget that comes in, you let us know, we'll have a special meeting. Entertain a motion to adjourn
Move to adjourn?
by Mr. Lindeman,
Second.
by Ms. Salchow. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned.